Hello and welcome everybody to my usual Zatch Bell 2 review slash first impressions of Chapter 9. So we start off where we left off, obviously. Well, Folgore and Consomme beating the shit out of Gozer. And, well, let's just be honest with you. He is the hero of Italy, Parco Folgore. So it's no surprise, but we also see that Folgore is also dying. His muscles are aching and he's really not used to this kind of thing. And then we find the name of this person is actually Levi Zink, the King of Beasts. Don't know who that really is or what that kind of means, but we also have our partner here, dead on the ground. And then they're like, oh yeah, I probably need to cast Cyphorgio on you as well to revive you. So they do it. Folgore goes, wait a minute. That's Tia spell, isn't it? And then he goes, you can call me Nose Hair Boo. Bristly, prickly, nose hair boo, to be exact. And I'm like, that's amazing. And Consomme and Folgore like, that's amazing. And Folgore starts cracking up. That doesn't hold a candle to the name Folgore. And then they go, get him, Gozer. So Gozer eats the shit out of Folgore. It's pretty funny. And they figure they've won, but Consomme tells them, you're not the only ones who can use any sort of Cyphogio, okay? And then he's like, Folgore, don't you know that you guys have no shot against Folgore? He is a man of solid iron. And in fact, he's completely invincible. He starts singing his song, Invincible Iron Man Folgore. You know the one. And what happens, of course? They're like, do they have a Cyphogio? And then they're like, nah, they didn't cast any spells, so he must have just got up for some random reason. And then he's like, why don't we just bite him again and see what happens? And then like, sure. And Folgore starts sweating. Gozer bites him again, does the exact same thing. Contra is like, ha ha ha, it doesn't matter what you do. And sings again the song, Iron Man, Invincible, Folgore. And then they're like, look at that. He did it again, and then he's like, "You sure did." And then they're like, "No." Levy's like, "They ran away." Nose Hair Boo's like, so Folgore brings Consomme to the hospital, and Consomme is trying to get Folgore at the speed, saying that these people who they don't really know who they are, they've never even heard of them, destroyed the city of the demon world, and he doesn't know what happened to his family other than him and Consomme. He's not sure about Zatch or Tio. They may be dead. They arrive at the hospital. Consomme gets all stitched up, good to go. Folgore, of course, runs into some fans because he's Folgore. He runs into him like always. And Folgore is like, okay, so Consomme, grab that book and let's get ready to kick some ass. And then he's like, oh, I didn't tell you, Folgore? Like, I don't have a book. So I don't have any of my spells, Shin Poruku, Poruk, all gone. They got taken away by those guys. And then Folgore's dripping, covered in sweat. What? So he says, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? He's freaking out, and all the kids are like, ha ha ha, Folgore's so silly. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so true though, Folgore. I don't know what you're gonna do. Gozer already catches up to the hospital and attacks them through the window, and starts even attacking other civilians. Apparently, they were told to not mess with the inhabitants of this world. I think that was also, told before with Warg. So that's interesting. And then we see a little bit of a flashback of Levi Zink, who is apparently able to have dominion over beasts, but not humans. We see them maybe in the past fighting these big beasts, and I think they must be humans, and like a knight's kind of guard pointing spears at her. Nose Hair Boo says, right, of course. And we are being continuously attacked by Gozer, by Iron Man. Folgore takes him outside into the courtyard of the hospital, and Folgore's like, what? He's like, Consomme, even if Gash and Tia aren't here, even if we have no more spells, your invincible partner Folgore is right here by your side. Parco Folgore and Consomme forever. Concho Folgore and Consomme, 3,000 seasons, okay? They'll never end. Always together forever. And he says, listen, we don't know they're dead. They could, for all we know, be true alive because they are the strongest and best people we know, except for me, Folgore. And I'm like, damn, you're so right. And then he goes, I bet even your family's alive just like them. and we'll take it all back. Kanchame starts crying because this is a powerful speech. Oh man, I love it. Kanchame gets this candy from this kid, a big old lollipop, and Falgori is fighting Gozer. He suplexes him like a German, crazy, even though he's Italian. What are the odds? And Levy Zink decides to pull off another little braid. So I guess she might have 2 more monsters because, if that one can come off too, it turns into this big bird with 4 wings. It looks very creepy, very crazy. But Falgori is ready to go. He drops on his knees because he's actually not ready to go. He's like, fuck me. But Kanchame has this little glimmer in his heart. And it's like he can hear Falgori's voice. Has wiped away all of his doubt, and it brings this glimmer out, this light. It says to get his family back and all of his friends and take the demon world back, and he'll stand by Falgori right next to his side, and all of a sudden his book shows up. And not only does his book show up, but it shows up with a new page, which is really cool because I had thought that this might happen when I was reading the other series, that they might be able to turn the page on these books because they only ever show like 2 pages worth of spells. We also find out that Kanchame's shoes have smiley faces on them. That was amazing as well. And we get this nice spread of this nice new spell called Mo Poruk. It looks like it makes big-headed Kanchame. If you guys have ever seen Marvel, it reminds me of MODOK. We've got this huge head, tiny little arms, and tiny little feet. No legs, no torso really. So kind of similar to MODOK. So I'm interested to see what the spell does. Still, I think that Zatch is not going to help with this fight at all. I was wondering how they were going to get a book, but it looks like they got one. So we don't have to worry about that mystery anymore. This is probably going to continue forward. Just as you're probably going to expect it, Falgori's going to take these guys out with Kanchame. I really hope they explain where their book came from, because why does Zatch and Kiyo have all these empty books if they can just do that? It makes it, I guess, kind of easy, right? So this was a super exciting read. I really thought that it was nice to give Falgori and Kanchame this extra characterization as well, because we get to see kind of that they have not reverted. They are kind of where they were, where we left them in Zatch Bell. The first series, and they are still a force to be reckoned with, like they were when we left off. So that's good to know that things haven't reverted back to being a little crybaby. Falgori has to do everything, and they have to devise little tricks. They have good faith in each other that they can kind of overcome these things. So I'm really happy to see that. Excited to see as always what happens next. This time I'm not late, so I am gonna actually have to wait like a full month or maybe even more because of Golden Week. I'm not sure, but hopefully it's not that long, but I'm sure it's gonna be really long. Oh my god, I didn't think about that. Anyways, what did you guys think about this chapter? Did you like this one? Did you not like this one? I think this one's probably one of the best chapters because I'm a big Falgori Kanchame fan. But let me know what you guys thought down below. And are these people like Levy Zink, are they human? This is getting kind of confusing because I was pretty on board with the golem theory, but now I'm thinking these might be like humans. Is this a Fate series crossover? That would be something interesting, but I think that would be illegal. But it would bring in a huge another crowd, that's for sure. It would certainly sell. It would probably sell pretty well, actually. I don't think that's what it is, but it's interesting to say the least. I do still think golems. I do think there might be some like heavenly or hellish force bringing these humans back that feel like they were wronged in the past and they want to take over the human race, or just get revenge. Something like that is kind of what I'm leaning on, but we'll see how this goes from here. We'll see you next month ish for the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you. Bye bye.